Before dawn, the airfield lies shrouded in silence. A faint mist rolls across the tarmac as floodlights slice through the darkness, revealing the unmistakable silhouette of the B-2 Spirit. The aircraft rests in its hangar like a sleeping giant, its black, bat-like wings absorbing every flicker of light. This is the moment before awakening, the calm before the surge of power. Inside, a small team of ground technicians moves with precision, their movements quiet, rehearsed, and deliberate. Every bolt, sensor, and seam is checked with meticulous care. The crew chief runs his gloved hand along the wing edge, scanning for imperfections invisible to the eye. Each inspection matters, even the smallest anomaly could compromise stealth. Fuel trucks hiss softly as they connect to the aircraft, filling its vast internal tanks with specially refined fuel. Nearby, the avionics crew calibrates radar systems and mission computers, ensuring seamless integration between human and machine. The pilots, meanwhile, walk across the runway in flight suits, helmets in hand. Their faces are calm but focused. In the pre-dawn stillness, they perform a final briefing with the mission commander, weather conditions, takeoff vectors, refueling points, and communication protocols. The B-2 does not simply fly, it vanishes into the sky, and for that, every second of preparation must be flawless. As the hangar doors begin to open, a deep mechanical hum fills the air. The first rays of morning light glint across the Spirit's matte surface, revealing no sharp edges, no defined curves, just a seamless blend of shadow and shape. The pilots climb aboard, strapping into the cockpit where dozens of green-lit displays glow softly. Ground crew members salute and step back as the engines spool up, their low rumble building into a resonant growl that vibrates through the ground. Slowly, the B-2 rolls forward, emerging from darkness onto the open runway. Its wings stretch wide, like an ancient creature taking flight after centuries of slumber. As the throttles advance, 4 hidden engines unleash a wave of thrust. The aircraft gathers speed, its wheels lifting gracefully from the ground. Within seconds, it ascends, banking gently into the rising sun, its black form blending into the horizon until it is gone, silent, unseen, and utterly haunting. The marvel of the B-2's stealth lies not only in its beauty but in its science. To understand its flight is to understand the very nature of invisibility. Decades of research and billions of dollars were poured into making an aircraft that could defeat radar, slip past defenses, and strike without warning. The secret lies in geometry and materials. The B-2's unique flying wing design eliminates vertical surfaces that normally reflect radar waves. Instead, radar energy scatters harmlessly into the sky. Its smooth skin is coated with radar-absorbing materials, layers of composites that diffuse signals and absorb heat. Even the paint plays a role. Engineered to reduce infrared signatures, it keeps the aircraft cool against the probing eyes of enemy sensors. Every curve, every angle, and every line has a purpose. The air intakes are hidden, the exhaust carefully cooled, and the engines buried deep within the fuselage. This engineering ballet allows the B-2 to appear on radar as nothing more than a bird, or vanish entirely. But stealth is not only about hardware. It is also about precision, flying at exact altitudes, maintaining specific angles, and avoiding radar zones mapped by intelligence satellites. The pilots themselves become part of the stealth system, trained to think like their aircraft, always invisible, always unpredictable. To the untrained eye, the B-2 is a silent shadow in the sky, but behind that shadow lies the genius of generations. It is not just a bomber, it is a statement of human ingenuity and determination to dominate the unseen realm. When the B-2 takes off, it does more than leave the ground, it transcends the limits of what flight once meant, merging art, science, and power into a single, silent moment of awe. The runway lights stretch like a river of gold beneath the night sky as the B-2 Spirit moves into position for takeoff. Its engines hum softly, almost too quiet for a machine of its size. In the cockpit, 2 pilots sit side by side, helmets on, their voices calm and precise as they run through the final checklist. Each switch flipped and each gauge checked marks a step in a ritual honed over years of training. Outside, the wind carries a faint smell of jet fuel and ozone. The air vibrates with restrained power. When clearance comes through from the control tower, there's no dramatic movement, just smooth, deliberate action. Throttles advance, and the engines respond with a deep, rolling thunder that resonates through the airfield. The B-2 begins its slow, steady roll, accelerating down the runway with a grace that belies its 170,000-pound frame. The landing gear clatters softly against the concrete as the aircraft gathers speed. At 150 knots, the nose lifts slightly. The pilots keep their eyes locked on the horizon, reading the subtle cues from the instruments. A heartbeat later, the main wheels leave the earth. The moment of separation feels like the breath before a secret is spoken. The Spirit climbs, retracting its gear with barely a sound, and turns toward the darkness. From the ground, it's almost invisible already, a faint shimmer in the starlight, a whisper of motion swallowed by the night. Inside, the cockpit is bathed in cool blue light from digital displays. The pilots adjust altitude, confirm radar silence, and engage stealth protocols. Their voices are calm, almost meditative. Every maneuver has been simulated hundreds of times. The aircraft itself seems alive, responding to the slightest touch with fluid precision. As the B-2 pierces the upper atmosphere, the world below falls away. City lights shrink into constellations. The Earth's curve glows faintly against the horizon. The pilots operate in near silence, their mission sealed in layers of secrecy. Outside, the surface temperature drops, and the radar signature diminishes even further. From this altitude, the aircraft is invisible to almost everything: radar, thermal imaging, even the naked eye. It becomes a ghost moving across the sky, unseen yet always present. The takeoff is more than a departure, it is a transformation. What began as steel and fuel becomes pure shadow, a perfect marriage of technology and human will. The B-2 doesn't conquer the air, it disappears into it. Far below, in a secure command center buried beneath layers of reinforced concrete, another team monitors the flight. Rows of screens glow with data feeds, satellite imagery, encrypted communications, atmospheric readings, and mission telemetry. This is the unseen backbone of every stealth mission, the command and control center. Here, analysts, engineers, and officers work in quiet synchrony, tracking every movement of the aircraft without ever revealing its position to the outside world. No one speaks loudly. Every action is measured, every keystroke intentional. The mission commander watches from the central console, overseeing the operation with practiced precision. His screen shows the B-2's flight path as a faint line across a digital map, an arc of silence moving through contested skies. Behind the scenes, coordination is constant. Intelligence satellites relay data on enemy radar systems, updating the bomber's flight route in real time. Cyber teams guard against electronic intrusion, ensuring no signal can be traced. The pilots, miles above, remain connected through secure, low-frequency communications, just enough to receive mission updates, never enough to reveal their location. In this hidden world, timing is everything. A few seconds of delay could mean detection, and detection could mean failure. The coordination between the aircrew and ground command is like a dance performed in the dark, where trust replaces sight. The pilots rely on the unseen guidance of the command center, while the controllers trust the invisible aircraft to follow its silent path. Together, they form a single, seamless system, an alliance of humans and machines operating beyond the limits of normal warfare. For those in the command room, the takeoff they authorized hours ago is still unfolding in real time, but they will never see the aircraft again until it returns. The Spirit will complete its journey in silence, and when it does, its success will be measured not by destruction, but by the fact that no one ever knew it was there. For those chosen to pilot the B-2 Spirit, the experience is unlike flying any other aircraft. The selection process is rigorous, demanding not just skill but a unique temperament, calm under pressure, patient, and precise. The pilots come from elite backgrounds, often with thousands of hours in advanced aircraft, yet even they speak of the B-2 with reverence. Before every mission, they spend hours studying every aspect of the flight plan, altitude profiles, refueling schedules, and potential threats along the route. There is a deep respect for the machine they command, and an unspoken understanding that mistakes are not an option. The cockpit of the B-2 is a small, enclosed space filled with screens, switches, and quiet hums of advanced systems. But once the canopy seals and the engines come to life, the pilots are transported into a different realm, one where time seems to stretch and the world below fades into darkness. In flight, the B-2 demands discipline. Its controls respond smoothly, but the pilot must constantly balance stealth with efficiency, adjusting the slightest details to maintain invisibility. There is no room for ego in the Spirit's cockpit. Every movement is deliberate, every decision rooted in training. The pilots often describe the experience as flying a living creature, one that rewards precision and punishes overconfidence. It is a strange paradox. The aircraft is both powerful and delicate, capable of crossing continents unseen, yet vulnerable if mishandled. Inside, conversation between the two pilots remains sparse, professional, and calm. They share quiet moments of awe as the Earth stretches endlessly below them, the curve of the horizon illuminated by a pale blue glow. From their altitude, they can see the thin line that separates night from day, a reminder of the boundaries they are trained to cross unseen. The emotional weight of flying a B-2 is immense. Every pilot understands the responsibility that comes with controlling such power. In combat missions, the aircraft carries the potential to change the course of history, yet it must always operate in silence. There are no displays of might, no flashing lights or roaring engines, just an invisible shadow passing overhead. When the pilots return from a mission, they often emerge from the aircraft quietly, their faces thoughtful. The ground crew greets them with respect, but words are few. The details of their journey remain classified, locked away in their memories. Flying the B-2 is not about glory, it is about trust, precision, and mastery of the unseen. It is a calling that binds the few who have earned the right to sit in that cockpit, surrounded by silence and the hum of the Spirit's power. The legacy of the B-2 Spirit extends far beyond its sleek, mysterious shape. It represents an era of innovation that reshaped the meaning of airpower. Designed during the final years of the Cold War, the B-2 was built not simply to fight wars but to prevent them. Its mere existence altered the balance of power, proving that the United States could reach any target on Earth without ever being detected. As the decades passed, the B-2 became more than a weapon. It became a symbol of deterrence, a message to the world that unseen strength can be the most powerful kind. Yet even legends must evolve. In the modern age of artificial intelligence, drone warfare, and advanced radar systems, the Spirit's legacy has inspired a new generation of stealth aircraft, the B-21 Raider. Engineers and pilots see the B-21 as the heir to the Spirit's throne, a continuation of its philosophy of invisibility. While the world's attention shifts toward newer machines, the B-2 remains active, maintained with the same care and reverence it has always received. Each time it takes off, it carries decades of history and the spirit of those who built and flew it. The sight of the B-2 lifting into the night still stirs emotion in those who witness it, its shape gliding silently into the sky, fading into darkness as if dissolving into time itself. It stands as proof that even in an age of rapid technological change, some creations transcend generations. The Spirit was not merely designed to serve, it was designed to endure. And as it continues to fly into the future, its shadow stretches beyond the clouds, carrying with it the enduring idea that true power lies not in what can be seen, but in what remains invisible.